to the cloud. Guys, welcome to the call. I'm so excited to do this call tonight. It's been super, super fun to be able to do these calls with you guys. I love jumping on here. I love the amount of people that we've had. It's varied. We've had 20, we've had 50. But I'm just going to say this from after all these teachings that I've learned, that people that are very passionate about life and business, they are intentional. And they, like Mike and I were just talking about basketball.
Hey, TJ, leave me alone.
One of the things, hey guys, when you guys come on, can you mute yourself, please? In the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a little mute button. Just kind of mute yourself as you come on, please. Even if you're coming in on the phone, you got to still have to mute yourself. I didn't want to just mute everybody, so I tried, but it didn't seem to work. So, but hey, Tammy, hey, everybody. So as you guys come on, you guys know we do this call every week, no matter what. And if we don't, then we have another time that we do it. But we do it every single week, rain or shine. And if not, we have one of our leaders do it. I don't know how that all happened, but that was just crazy. I just saw this all jump all over my screen, which is kind of funny. But let me see something here, you guys. Okay, erase. Undo. I don't know, honey, what's happened, but look at all this. Clear?
Earlier? No, I don't think
There
so.
we go. Guys, if you're just coming on, please mute your, please mute. I have some people that haven't muted yet. Q, you guys all mute your calls for me, please. Okay, so I'm gonna downsize my screen here. I put a couple things up on the screen for you. I'm gonna go into this teaching on John Maxwell's teaching that Lisa and I have been super blessed to be a part of. We didn't expect it. It just came to us. We got all of these free teachings, and we're just going to use them to pour into you guys. So today I listened to it once and took some notes. Then Lisa and I listened to it again and took some notes. So I'm going to stop sharing here. I put a couple things on here from this teaching. One of them was, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. And then I love this when Cole Hatter, one of my and Lisa's mentors, and his wife Sonia Hatter, we're part of a mastermind called Thrive Connect, which was, as you guys know, was voted #1 by Forbes magazine for this year. It's an honor and a privilege to be a part of that. And Cole's thought process, this is from the Thrive Connect, and we were in Vegas just a couple weeks ago. It says, people buy into the leader before they buy into the vision. And hopefully you guys will start to see a consistent vision that we're coming about of through influence and through trying to teach you guys a lot of this stuff that we've been able to learn. And so I'm going to stop sharing this screen, and I am going to come on. So if you guys, as I said, as you come on, just mute yourself, please. As you do come on, there's going to be a lot of people coming on as we go. And so I'm going to share my screen again here. So let me get this thing all a little bit bigger. So this is a pretty cool guide that John set up. I'm going to try something here real quick with you guys. I'm going to try to downsize some of this stuff, and then hold on one second, guys. Just bear with me for 1 second. I'm going to get rid of some things because I want you guys to kind of see how this works and the bigger picture of it, so that you guys can kind of get a little bit of what this is without me having to try to expand it too much. So let me do this. All right, Chris, what can you guys see right now? Can you see everything okay? Chris, unmute yourself and just.
You can see John Maxwell, and then on the left side, it kind of shows maybe some paperwork that's coming up next.
Okay, so so you can see John. Okay, good. All right, let me make this a little bigger. Okay. So this is This is John's mentoring guide to building your own business. It's what we're doing. He actually says in the very beginning, this is and we're going to do this checklist at the end, and then we're going to take a little test. So we're going to be very transparent today. I'll just tell you this, if you know much about John's teachings, a lot of us, if you're involved in our company, you guys know that his teachings are very straightforward, bold, and can be tough and challenging at times. Lisa and I did the test together. She did it from her perspective. I did it from my perspective. And then we did it from each other's perspective. And we were pretty close about it. So let's talk about this. Starting a new venture. So I'm going to ask you guys this question. And as you come on, please mute yourself if you haven't muted yourself. Starting a new venture. And if you guys have the ability to take notes, please take notes. Okay. Some of you still haven't muted. If you can mute, please mute, because there's a lot of rumbling in the background and it just is a little distracting. Let me just, I knew I was going to have to do this. I didn't want to, but hold on one second, guys. I'm going to mute everybody. Okay. You guys can still hear me, all right, Chris?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Sorry I had to do that, guys. I just wanted to be able to hear good. So starting a new venture is not easy, is what John said. Successful entrepreneurs have a lot of common personality traits. Take the yes or no quiz at the end, which we will do. He asked 12 questions. Number 1, are you passionate about your venture? I don't know if you know, but I use Chris a lot because I've been in this business a long time. I've met people that are 50% in, 70% in, and then I've met people that are 100% in. And Chris is 100% in. He's on a trip right now with his company down in South Florida. And then here at nighttime, here he is on that trip. Mike, I've only known Mike Kinky to miss one of these calls. And it was when his brother was getting married and he was on vacation. So I gave him a get out of jail free card. And I joke with him about it. It's because he's a Kentucky Wildcat fan. But so here's what John said. I love this. Passion gives vision energy. Vision gives passion direction. So if you're passionate about something, people will know that. People will know your energy. They'll be able to tell by your posture, how you talk about what you're talking about. Do you have your arms crossed? Are you super, super passionate about what you're talking about? And that passion will give you direction. That will give you direction to attend a meeting every week, to have a training with your team, to be on these type of calls. And then he said this, number 1, passion gives you starting power. It gets you started. If you don't understand the passion behind biohacking, I'm just going to use that as an example because most everybody on here are biohackers, then you really need to re-examine your spirit. You shouldn't be, not that, guys, you all know this. I have a massive wellness and men's coaching business that I think will eventually in the next 10 to 14 months do 7 figures. But the most passionate thing I am about is I'm passionate about both my biohacking business and my coaching business. They parallel each other no matter what the money is being made at both of them. And that's the way you should be doing about it, everything that you do in life. And John said that. And he used this quote from Abraham Lincoln. He said, things may come to those who wait, but only the things left by those who hustle. And he said, being first to do something is most obvious way to set yourself apart. Guys, we are first. We have a new technology. We have a patented technology. We have science behind it. We are first, guys. We're trendsetters. It's why I laugh. And as I looked at, when we were finished with this, Lisa and I looked at each other and we said, these type of people will be on the calls. These type of people will be in Indianapolis next week. These type of people will be the people when this becomes $1 billion company to be a part of it. People have got distracted. Even look at me. We've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on our new business. And here we are still with the same passion, the same energy about LifeVantage as we have before and as we will always have. We believe that it's why we're able to get the results with our clients that we're able to get. And I love this quote that he put on here. He put, as long as 150 BC, the Roman playwright Terence said it best. Do not do what is already done. You must be first, or the fastest, or the most convenient, or you must deliver more value for your money. I think of Uber. I think of Lyft. The U.S., he said, in the U.S., McDonald's was first to popularize fast food. FedEx was first to offer certain delivery. Sears and Roebuck was able to offer convenience of catalog shopping. Dell was the first to sell customized computers. Amazon is taking over for everything. I think about Home Depot. So it's unique that your idea that will attract the financial support to get things off the ground. That was the CEO of FedEx, okay? I love that, okay? So he said, passion, number 2, passion gives you staying power. It keeps you there when things are not going the way you want them to go. Apple almost went bankrupt 3 times. It took them 30 plus years to become branded. Starting power is easier than staying power. Number 2, okay? Are you a promoter? Are you active, supporter, and advocate? Are you taking the products? Are you promoting the products? Do you care where people tell you no? When you have the greatest health discovery of the 21st century, it really doesn't matter when people tell you no. In my mastermind, there's 2 people that know about LifeVantage out of 90 people. That means that 98% of the people do not know about it, okay? So do I believe in something so much that I have to have about it? Can I share my belief in such a way that others want to be a part of it? Are you influencing people, or are you persuading people? Are you bothering them? People should know who you are by the confidence you have in what we have. Question number 3 said, and I love this, what John said. He said, can you handle stress? Okay. And I wrote this down that he said, promoters never have you guessing or thinking about what they're doing. Okay. He said, a promoter is influential. A promoter is super clear about their purpose. You could be holding a gun to the back of their head, telling them not to talk about it, and they would just say, go ahead and shoot me. Okay. That's me. Those of you that know me. It's essential to starting and finishing a new venture, even if you're starting over. He said this on number 3. He said, successful people live in stress. It's why they learn and survive, because they go where others never go and are willing to take the stress while going. The gap between the demands places us on and our ability to meet those demands. And then he listed 8 pressure points. And I know it's kind of weird because it's just the way we typed them in. It's how they came out. Number 1 was financials. You always have financial problems. You have to spend money to make money. Time restraints. You have 27 hours of what you want to do and only 24 hours to do it. Lisa has something she wants to say.
Leveraging credit.
Oh.
For growth.
Yeah, Lisa and I have always thought that you should pay cash for everything. And now we've learned to leverage our credit because we established $250,000 worth of credit. So little support. You have your upline, your sideline. You can't use that as an excuse. Not a lot of options. People say they don't know anybody. We know that that's not true. You can use social media. Uncompleted work, lack of resources, unforeseen problems, lack of identity in the marketplace. John said this happens every single day of his life. He said he wouldn't be successful if it didn't. So if you're stressed, it's a good thing. And then number 4 was, are you healthy? All right. And let me go back to that. I don't know what just happened with that, but yeah, he said, are you healthy? If you look like your passport, you're too ill to travel, Will Coleman. And then he said this, if the axe is dull and its edge is unsharpened, more strength is needed, okay? Question number 5, and I'm rolling through these guys. Are you comfortable with risk, okay? Now remember, you're gonna ask yourself these questions at the end, so be prepared. He said, I think it's unfortunate that to some degree, the word entrepreneur has taken on a connotation of a gambler. Many times action is not the most risky path. The most risky path is inaction. Experience has shown me that taking risks has specific advantages. One, you learn things faster than the people who don't take risks. Two, you have a broader of experiences. Three, you bump into more obstacles sooner than people who play it safe. And four, you learn to get around those obstacles. So it's not that you're smarter than other guys, you just get a better education quicker. So take risk. Cole says this all the time, without no risk, there's no reward. And then John wrote this about risk, and I love this. I'm printing this off and putting it on my whiteboard. To laugh is to risk appearing the fool. To weep is to risk appearing sentimental. To reach out for another is to risk involvement. To expose feelings is to risk exposing your true self. To place your ideas and dreams before a crowd is to risk their loss. To love is to risk not being loved in return. To live is to risk dying. To hope is to risk despair. To try is to risk failure, but risks must be taken because the greatest hazard in life is to risk nothing. I love this, the person who risks nothing has nothing and is nothing. They may avoid suffering and sorrow, but they can't learn, feel, change, grow, love, live, changed by their attitudes. They are slaves. They have forfeited freedom. The only person who risks is free. And let me just take a drink, thanks. And so question number 6, it says, do you have people skills? The friendship principle. All things being equal, people will work with people they like. All things not being equal, they will still work, winning the people. And then he said, there's 4 levels of business relationships. And I love this. People knowledge, okay? Your understanding of people helps you build your business. Lisa and I have learned these so much recently and put these into action because we're in a people business. And then number 2 is service knowledge. Your treatment of people helps you build your business, okay? And then he said this, and I wrote this down. 80% of decisions not to repeat a purchase are not about the product and the price. They are about some dimension of the service or relationship. I'm raising my hand because I've been guilty of this in a bad way, okay? Your business reputation, your reputation for relationships helps build your business. I've been guilty of this too, but I've changed this around. I can't look back at my failures. I can look at how God has massively transformed me into a different person, okay? Personal friendships. Your friendship with others builds your business. You want to make friends with as many people. Look, guys, there's going to be stress between you and other people. You should be a person of influence and always try to resolve conflict at all costs, okay? Question number 7, okay? Question number 7 says, do you embrace failure as a friend? Think about that. And then he said this, John said, test fast, fail fast, and adjust fast by Tom Peters. Test fast, fail fast, and adjust fast. He said the difference between average people and those that achieve is their perception of and the response to failure. Think about that. The difference between being average and those who achieve is the perception of and response to failure. How you react to failure. Then question number 8. Are you creative in problem solving? Creativity is a joy of not knowing it all. The joy of not knowing it all refers to the realization that we seldom, if ever, have the answers. We always have the ability to generate more solutions to just about any problem. Being creative is being able to see or imagine a great deal of opportunity of life's problems. Creativity is having many options. I love that, guys. Creativity I love it because John says, once you think you know something, get around people who know more than you do. And he said, what is a problem? Problems are predicators. They move you. Reminders. Life isn't easy. Opportunity. Okay. I shared this with a bunch of people at a meeting the other night. Does anybody know what POUR stands for? Passing over opportunities repeatedly or regularly. Blessings. Problems can be blessings. They can be lessons. Okay. And they're everywhere. Okay. Then there's always messages and signals about them. But guess what? They're always solvable. Okay. Question number 9. We're getting close to the end here. Okay. Are you competitive? Mrs. Huey's laughing right now because she knows I'm competitive, very competitive. Plaque on the office wall. Look at this by Paul Lee Tan. My competitors do more for me than my friends do. My friends are too polite to point out my weakness, but my competitors go to the greatest expense to advertise them. My competitors are efficient, diligent, and attentive. They force me to search for ways to improve my techniques and my service. My competitors would take my customers away from me if they could. This keeps me alert to hold what I have. If you had no competitors, if I had no competitors, I might become complacent and inactive. I need the discipline they force upon me. I salute my competitors. They have been good to me. God bless them all. Guys, you have to be competitive. You have to treat this like a business. It's why people go off the product, because I met a girl today. Her mom overheard me talking about something and said they had tried Protandim 2 years ago. They didn't try it long enough. She didn't understand it. She goes, we need to take this the rest of our life. Because I educated her. The person who educated her didn't educate her. Okay? And she's a health coach. So she overheard us talking. Her mom overheard us talking. She gave me her card. And then like 15 minutes later, the daughter walked in because she was coming to eat there and heard that we were there and came over and started talking to us. So number 10, can you handle criticism? Guys, I've used to not be very good at this, but I've learned to be good at it. You have to. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. The rule of 5%, no matter what you do, 5% of the people will not be happy. Handling criticism. Ask what kind of criticism it is. Concerned criticism comes from someone who cares, so you value it. Constructive criticism is given to help you improve, learn from it. Casual criticism is uncaring and often unfounded, ignore it. And then cruel criticism, I love this one, is unfair and meant to hurt, congratulations, okay? They all are forms of criticism, right? So he said, assume people are trying to help you at all costs. And if you surround yourself around the right type of people, John said, those type of people will give you the right type of criticism. Be open-minded. Stay on the high road. Don't get offended. Number 11, are you optimistic? I love this. A person who makes the best of it when he gets the worst of it. Are you optimistic about where you're going? Like starting to think, like Lisa and I have now started to think of, we've made multiple 6-figure incomes and now we're on our way to making a 7-figure income. And we both came from a different thought process about that. And so we've had to change that thought process. People are 5 times more likely to be optimistic about another person's goals if they think that person is optimistic themselves. I love that. Are you decisive? And I love this. He told a story about Ronald Reagan. And he said Ronald wanted to buy some shoes, so he went to the shoemaker to buy some shoes. And he asked him, do you want a square toe or round toe? And he said, I'm not sure. So he called him the next day and said, Mr. Reagan, did you decide on what you wanted? Did you want a round toe or a square toe? And he said, I'm not real sure. And so he called him back the next day and said, hey, have you decided what you want? And he's round toe or square toe? And he said, no, I'm not. So Mr. Reagan came back in to pick up his shoes, and come to find out, the shoemaker had made him one round one and one square one because he wasn't decisive in what he wanted. And I like this one here. It says, it's up to you, lady. You're either old enough to get the 10% senior discount or you're not. I love that. And so, so here's what I want you guys to do. Okay. I will make this PDF available for you guys. I'll download it and I'll put it in the Freedom Fighters group if you guys would like that. And I'll post it on my Facebook page. Let me get back to, I know you guys had I saw some texts. Yes, the info will be available after the webinar. Yes, Stacy, I am recording it and it will be available. So here's what I want you guys to do, okay? I am gonna go back to this one more time. Let me just go back to it one more time. So here's what I want you guys to do, okay? I want you guys to ask yourself these questions, okay? Here they are, okay? I want you guys to ask yourself these questions, okay? And then down at the bottom is a little test for you to see where you are. Are you passionate about your venture? Are you a promoter? Can you handle stress? Are you healthy? Are you comfortable? Do you have strong people skills? And so on, down to number 12. And then what I want you guys to do is find out where you are. And find somebody else to ask these questions and see how, maybe it's a spouse or a loved one, to see how they perceive you at this. And Lisa and I did it. We thought 10 or 11 between us. So you have entrepreneurial mindset, but don't have the plans before creating a solid business plan. So we've realized that we have what it takes to make this happen. So that's what I want to encourage you guys to do. I want to encourage you guys to take the time, okay? Take the time to do the test. Take the time to find out where you lie in this, and then work on those areas that you need to correct. Guys, print this off. I'll give it to you. And what's really cool is, even if I can't send you the one, I'm hoping that I can send you the one with the answers. If not, the answers are at the very bottom, which is kind of cool. They've linked them in a square box at the very end. So we're just up at the end of the time. So let's do this. If you want to unmute and make a comment or ask a question, why don't we do that for just three to 5 minutes, and then we'll close. Any questions, any comments? Guys, you guys are all, nobody has any questions or any comments about that intense stuff? Come on.
This is a brand new training, Mike?
Yeah, Mike, it's a new training by John Maxwell that he just sent us last week.
Well, you can't lie to yourself. It's either yes or no.
And you know what's the thing about it is here's what, when Lisa and I did it, we literally just did it. Like we said what we said, and we just kept going through it. We literally, we literally just answered them one right after the other. And then we really had, Lisa's sitting down here beside me. Hi. and she's waving. And so we literally had the answers, and we were pretty close about what we thought about each other. So, and I like that. You know what? Iron sharpens iron. We sharpen each other. She told me some areas that I can still need to work on, and I'm okay with that now. Now that's maturity, and she knows, and she said it, probably 6 months ago or a year or 2 years ago, you probably wouldn't have been there. But guys, this is why we're teaching you guys this. Please invite people. Please share this with people, because this has changed our whole life. It's gave us a different perspective and an outlook on life. We're the healthiest we've ever been. Lisa was exercising. We went Tuesday. This is great. That's awesome. Who just put that in there? Oh, Rommel, thank you so much, bro. That's awesome. So you guys have it right there.
Rom's the man.
Yeah, Rommel, you're awesome. Pay attention, Lisa, Chris says.
Hey!
So any more comments, questions? Anybody want to make a comment? Mike, thanks for being engaging and making comments. Anybody have anything they want to share just from what they've taken away from with this, or what they are looking forward to by sitting down and doing this? That's what I like to hear. Anybody? Come on, there's 35. There was almost 40 people in here. Anybody want to comment or make something?
Hey, Michael, it's Debbie Crowell.
Hey, Debbie, how are you?
Great, and I thank you so much for coming to Ocala. What a great difference you made here.
Awesome.
I want to thank you for all of your mentorship, and tonight's a great call to be able to sit down and get quiet somewhere and really figure out some things. And I appreciate that. I appreciate everything you put out and for helping us and stepping up. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And if those of you that don't know Debbie, Debbie is an equine therapist. She lives in New York and in Florida, which is kind of cool. I like that. She came back, and I just want to thank Debbie publicly and say thank you. She came and really encouragement. One of my love languages is positive word of affirmation, and Debbie and I got a chance to talk beforehand. I just did a training, and we did it totally different. We did what we call workshop, and we put people in groups of 5, and then we taught, and then we teach. And some of the leaders up there had been in 3 and 4 and 5 years, and said that it was some of the best training they'd ever had. They noticed a difference in me, and that's what I want. I want to be completely transparent and changed. I want to be able to pose a solid vision of where we're going and what we're doing, and so that we can constantly pour out and into you guys. We've got some stuff that was going to rock your world that we're going to share with you guys through this. I want to share back and forth some things that we've learned from our mastermind, things that we've learned through John Maxwell's program. There's a couple other programs that we're getting ready to start with John Maxwell too, that we're going to pour into you guys in video, record them, and put them on YouTube. So if you ever miss these, they're always recorded on YouTube. You can go back and watch them, and it's just great. And I'm super excited to be able to share this information. Let me ask one more time before we go. Anything? Hello?
Michael.
Yes, sir.
Michael, Fred.
Hey, Fred. How you doing?
Doing great. Hey, just wanted to tell you that I know I will learn some things from taking this quiz, and I know that I will grow through it.
I appreciate that. Those of you guys that don't know Fred, you should get to know him. He's one of my coaching clients. We do business together. I'm going to be working with him for a long time to come. And he can tell you just taking action, overcoming fears. And look, Fred will tell you, 60 is the new 40. You know, you don't have to look at your age. What's that?
He used to say 80 was 20.
Exactly, 80 was 20. But it's really funny. Today I was looking at some pictures of Fred and sharing with my Facebook ad guy, and just looking at the transformation just in a short period of time. But it's and Fred can tell you this, it leads over into your business. That's why I think one of the most important things, and look at Richard. Richard just said it, 70 is the new 40, right? And that's it. Guys, Lisa and I love it. Lisa's 50. I'm going to be 50 pretty soon, and we feel 30. We're exercising. I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm 10 pounds away from having a 12. I call it an 8-pack. I want an 8-pack, but that's it's whatever, Mike. Right? So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. So you guys will be able to see, and a lot of you guys I will see next week. How many people are excited to be in Indianapolis next week? I don't know if you guys are, but
Yes, absolutely.
I'm super, super excited. There's going to be a lot of things that are happening.
I don't know about the weather, but I'm happy about the people.
Hey, Mike, thank you for being on. Did you get your package yet, brother?
Not yet, but probably tomorrow.
Okay, good. Here's another guy. My friend Mike lives down in South Florida, just really hitting the physique challenge hard. Just crushing it, just literally crushing it. getting close to the 20-pound down mark. And I just told him, man, Mike wants that $5,000. So just get after
I
it.
want that Bahama trip, baby.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Hey,
Go
I know
off the new
somebody
bud.
with you, my brother.
Absolutely.
So anybody else, excuse me, want to make a comment before we go? All right, guys, we love you. Lisa, you want to say anything?
Love you.
Love you guys. Appreciate you. I will look forward to seeing you all. I will schedule the call for next week. It's probably going to be on Sunday because we'll be traveling. It'll probably be Sunday night, so I will leave it on Freedom Fighters. But as soon as this downloads, I will get it sent out to you. And I've already prepared some stuff for next week. John Maxwell's course is going to go into a next part that I'm super, super excited about. I'm going to finish it tomorrow, have it prepared. So next week, and then we can study some more, and Lisa and I can do it together when we're on the airplane. And so most of you, I'll see you next week. I hope this has encouraged you guys. Please, when you do the test, send me an email or send me a Facebook message or a text and let me know how it went and what you learned from it. So guys, we love you. God bless you all. Thank you for being on the call. And have a great weekend. Have a great Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And most of you, I'll see you next week in Indianapolis.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.